Hey Mo Norman fans and single planers out there, I am on the range. Today's a really good day because the wind direction is kind of in our face, maybe even a little bit left-right, which isn't fantastic, but it's a little bit in our face. I actually get a lot of really good swing practice done in the wind because it requires better technique. And so I want to hit a few shots here and just kind of talk you through either hitting shots in the wind on the course or practicing in the wind, because when it's, first of all, I don't like practicing when it's downwind. I don't see results very well. The ball doesn't spin very well. I don't like, so I avoid downwind. I don't like practicing downwind. Left to right wind, not a great wind because it kind of makes you try to pull it back into the wind, so it creates kind of a pull. That's not a great wind. The best wind to practice in is one directly into your face. So if I might even, if this wind gets too far from the left, go down to that side of the range so I can kind of cross back into it. But let's just talk about hitting into the wind. One of the mistakes people make into the wind is they put the ball back in their stance. I want to demonstrate really quickly what happens when you put a golf ball back in your stance. If you were to, so here's normal ball position, right? So that's normal ball position for a 6-iron where the club can be square and go through. If I take the golf ball and put it back in my stance, generally people put it straight back. Now here's the problem with that. The golf swing is in an arc, right? So the golf swing is because you're moving rotationally. If you put the ball straight back in your stance, do you see how it's actually outside of the normal arc of the golf club? It's outside the normal arc. So in order to hit that golf ball solid, you have to swing on the outside of the arc. And so people will generally pull this shot when they try to put the ball back. That's why I don't recommend you put the ball back. The other thing people can do, if you want to avoid that arc, is you put the ball back and to the inside, right? That would make sense, right? Because that's the arc. The problem with that is, once again, the face is open when it's inside the arc because the club's coming from the inside. So I don't put the ball back in my stance. Let me show you something that's interesting about this. Because of the position of the body at impact, if you wanted to hit the ball lower, leave the ball in its normal position and simply narrow this foot just a little bit. And what it does is it puts the body more on this side of the ball, and so you get a little, even though the club still has its arc, and it comes in here and there's less loft on the club because you're in a more narrow position. Just like if you want to hit it higher, you would widen your stance. So I don't mess with ball position, I adjust my trail foot a little bit. Simple way to adjust ball flight. But there's one thing I want to tell you about this, is when I practice today, I'm not going to be trying to hit low shots. I want to hit pure shots, because solid, pure shots produce optimum results in the wind. And so the lesson today is number one, don't move the ball back in your stance. But number two, and even more importantly, don't swing too hard. Because when you start swinging harder at a golf ball, it puts more spin on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to practice some nice, just really good, smooth golf swings. Normal ball position, normal 6-iron width. And holy cow, I hit that good. So it's just like producing the right spin on the ball with a really nice rhythm of a swing. Because my technique and rhythm is going to produce the right spin. If I try to swing harder and overspin it, it goes shorter. I've done it all the time. I learned this lesson from a good friend of mine, Todd Hamilton. You might know Todd, who won the Open Championship in 2004. I was playing around with him. We got on a par 3. This is the very first round of golf I ever played with him. I didn't know him very well. Got on a par 3. I put the ball on the ground on a par 3 into the wind. And I hit it, and it put too much spin, and I landed short of the green. And Todd said, hey, he goes, look, he goes, when you're into the wind, especially in a par 3, put it on a little bit of a tee and just swing easy, because number one, it takes the friction off the ground. You're not going to produce too much spin, and it hits a better ball flight. So one of my tendencies is to kind of try to lean into it. My foot will come off the ground, I'll lean into it. That's when I hit the worst shots ever. So I got to make sure that I just kind of stay with it. And then just nice, good technique. Pure, that one, that's pure. And I swung easy at that, but the ball's going probably 160 yards, 165 with a 6-iron, which is long into the wind for me. So that's what you want to do. Good rhythm, good tempo, good technique. Don't lean into it. Don't swing too hard. Hey, thanks for watching the Graves Golf YouTube channel. Now, if you're looking to master your game and become a complete single plane 360 golfer, We've just launched our new Graves Golf On Demand app. It's like Netflix for everything single plane. To get you more consistent, have more fun, gain longevity in your game, have confidence, and of course, shoot lower scores. Graves Golf On Demand is your coach in your pocket to build confidence in your single plane swing, short game, and putting, and it's available on every one of your devices. Click the link in the description below for the Graves Golf On Demand app and start getting the game-changing video coaching you need to become a complete single plane 360 golfer.